Good morning, everyone. I appreciate your time, and thanks for coming out today. We'll start the discussion, share a little bit about where we've been. As Greg had mentioned, until quite recently, the company was C2C Gold, was focused in Newfoundland, and prior to that in Yukon, and we still are retaining those assets. We think there's tremendous opportunity there. But when I joined the company in mid last year, obviously, I think probably everyone in this room is fairly familiar with the challenges of capital access, developing and advancing projects in both Yukon and Newfoundland, and of course, having seen the success that Bill has achieved with Encore, I really felt there was an opportunity for C2C to really look at conventional uranium assets in an area that hasn't been touched by Bill's group. And so that's the area that we're focused on in the southwestern U.S., looking at properties that have been explored and developed through the 50s, 60s, and 70s, but really that have been basically essentially been forgotten for the past 40 years. So going through here today, we'll have a number of forward-looking statements, so please have a look through and have a look at that. One of the key things that I'm really excited about as we're moving forward and going through and developing and acquiring these uranium assets, we've had Dr. Doug Underhill, who has a half a century of uranium expertise in all areas of the uranium development and exploration and resource estimation industry. So Doug's an absolute delight and powerhouse talent for us to lead as our chief geo. The demand for nuclear energy is only going to grow as we pivot away from fossil fuels and move into clean energy. The U.S. government, of course, with their looking to develop their domestic assets and go away from foreign support, we really see the demand for uranium just continuing to grow. And of course, one of the key things that we have within the company is a tremendous board of directors. We'll go through and share some of the names, but we really have a stellar group that is able to help grow the company, provide access, and really help move things forward. And one of the key things that is also a differentiator is we have access to a tremendous number of old company databases of prior exploration, mining companies that are these old files that have been collected, and we have be able to now go through these databases and essentially rediscover projects that have been forgotten since 1980. And so we'll go into some of these projects, and the first one that we've brought in is called the Melinda project in Utah. Market capitalization, you can see the share structure as we have here. Until recently, we're close to $30 million market cap. As Greg had mentioned, 8 weeks ago, we were about 3. So we're very grateful for the market support. We think there's a lot more room for us to grow, and as we continue to develop the story, add assets, and really begin our exploration, we're excited for where things can go. Within the major shareholders, so we have Eric Sprott as 10% and Bill at just under 10. As I said, our board of directors is truly exemplary. We have truly some of the most successful, skilled, technically proficient, and well-connected people within the industry on our board of directors, helping guide the company, provide access to people, access to capital, and technical support. So for that, we're very grateful, and I think is an absolute strength of what we're able to do here with the company. Of course, the long-term view of uranium is quite bright. Recently, I spent about a year working on a project, a vanadium project in northwestern Australia, supporting the long-term energy storage systems that are going to be built on top of the wind and solar growth, which are exemplary projects. Long-duration energy storage is going to be key, but the baseline energy systems that we need to power our electrical future are really going to rely on a consistent and very large bandwidth of power that's going to be delivered. And we need, obviously, we're moving away from fossil fuels. Hydro is great. Wind and solar will be fantastic for filling in the voids. But I really see nuclear as a great opportunity for the market to pivot and really move us away from the fossil fuels. Of course, the uranium market itself, as folks have known and Greg has gone into, is the demand is up. There's risk in foreign resources, and of course, the market price has just been fantastic over the past couple of years. So that there's just a lot of support, and we really see it as a long-term investment. Globally, the people are getting away from coal, from gas, and I think nuclear is really going to be a key part, especially with the smaller reactors that are going to be able to come in and be a lot more CapEx effective in developing the program. So as we move forward, there we go. So the first project that we've brought into the company is the Melinda Uranium project. It's a project that was staked by the company. It was not a vend-in. There are no options. There's no royalties. It was a project that was discovered going through these databases that we have access to, essentially rediscovering this project. It had over 375 drill holes between 1978 and 80. About a third of those had anomalous to highly anomalous uranium results. And it's in the Green River District, which Chenoweth in 1997 reported over 3.8 million pounds of uranium was produced just from the Green River District in Utah. So the whole area is part of the salt wash member, which is of the Morrison Formation, which has produced hundreds of millions of pounds of uranium through New Mexico and Utah and Arizona. So we're very excited about the project. Expect to be getting into the field here fairly shortly. We're going to be beginning permitting and get to drilling. The nice thing with this project, the salt wash in this area is quite shallow. So we expect it to be within 100 feet of surface, and the formation itself is 50 to 100 feet thick at the time. So we're excited to be able to quickly move through exploration, get a number of drill holes in, and have some results to talk to you in a few months. As we were looking at how to kind of advance the company and look around Newfoundland and look at other things, we noticed in the western corner of Newfoundland there was a sandstone formation that had very similar characteristics to what we're seeing in Utah. So and this was a project that was staked in mid-2023, where there are uranium anomalies in Newfoundland in a sandstone. We haven't been to the project yet, but it is, again, part of the growing assets that we have within the company. The key assets that we're going to be focused on as we move forward will be, as we said, these within the southwestern U.S. and Utah, Arizona, Colorado, and Wyoming. The company as itself, as it said, has had a number of strong assets that have been involved with the project that we still keep within the company. Yukon, the Sonora Gulch and Lucky Joe properties. I mean, we're in elephant country here. They've got Minto, Western Copper and Gold, the Coffee Deposit. So as those projects are advanced, as access becomes introduced and exploration becomes less expensive because things don't have to be flown in by helicopter, these assets will retain tremendous value, and we think there's a bright future for these kind of assets as the Yukon moves forward in its development of casino and coffee. So we're excited about those, and those will continue to be assets that we retain within the company. There's further detail here of Sonora Gulch and the copper. We, of course, have these presentations printed out, and you can grab them in the back. And, of course, we still have a strong portfolio projects in Newfoundland. We're still optimistic that there's a lot of gold to be found in Newfoundland. It's just it's a little tricky to find. So we're working to maintain and really keep the best assets that we have out of the portfolio and be able to move forward. So in closing, I think there's the work we're trying to do is focused on really uncovering and rediscovering through prior work, or essentially forgotten, and rediscovery of conventional uranium assets throughout the southwestern U.S. We have access to these databases that are able to give us insight that just aren't publicly available. Our management team is fantastic. We've got tremendous expertise through our board, through our geology team, and we're really excited about adding new projects to the portfolio and having a chance to come back in, I said, maybe six months or so and tell you what we've done. So appreciate your time. Thank you.